And there's three things that
the three things. I want to get them.
Number one, change the asylum process, right? When you come across the border, you get your first asylum interview, the threshold of proof is very, very low. Because when it was designed that way, we don't accidentally send someone back to be persecuted or killed, right? So the threshold is very low. But however, when you get to court later, if you show up in court, that threshold is much higher. So the real numbers are about a little over 90% will pass that first interview. You just learn the key phrases from the cartels, teach them what to say.
Right.
Then they get in. Then if they show up in court, the threshold of proof is much higher. Nearly, like I said a minute, it was 86.7 fail. Almost 9 out of 10 fail. So one thing they can do is fix it. The threshold at the border should be the same as judicial threshold. That will save a lot of problems and stop a lot of people from being released in this country, never be seen again, right? The second thing to do is fix the TVPRA, Trafficking Victim Protection Act. If you're a child from Mexico or Canada, a contiguous country, and after you cross the border, if we ascertain through investigative interview that you're not truly a victim of trafficking, you can be immediately removed to your home country and your family. If you're from any other country on the planet, you get a whole different process the last years. That alone has drawn thousands and thousands of children every week across that border in the Biden administration. You know, once you're here, you'll never leave. The system takes years and years and years. Fix it. If it's ascertained you're not a victim of trafficking, every child from every nationality should be treated the same as a child from Mexico and be returned. The third thing is the Flores Settlement Agreement, which is a court case. It says we can't detain a family. It's actually we can't detain a child, even if they're accompanied families, for over 20 days. Under President Obama, when family units started coming across, we started detaining them in family residential centers that we built. It took about 40 days, somewhere around 40 days, to actually get to see a judge because all the lawyers and the processes and whatever. It took about 40 days. 9 out of 10 lost their case. Sent them home. And guess what? The numbers of family units dropped significantly at the border because they said, okay, there's no free pass here, there's consequences. But the Ninth Supreme Court, Judge Dolly G came back and said, no, you can't hold them for 40 days, you can hold them for 20. I remember I did an affidavit in that case saying if you do this, it's going to cause a massive surge of children and families. Because if we can only hold 20 days, that's enough time to see a judge, and they leave and never be seen again.